An old girl, I suppose you don't want to do a lot of heavy travel in this.
No, save her for the water.
Well, you know, as we look at the car here, you take a walk around it, and she's in terrific condition. I believe that you had a fella in Leland, Michigan, restore this Amphicar a number of years ago. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure did. Ch2 did a nice job.
What's his name again?
Ch2.
And after the restoration, I would assume that it isn't easy getting parts for one of these.
No, it is now. We had an awful time. We tried to, bale and wire and tape, you know, because it was all parts that we couldn't, like on the shock absorbers when they first went out. We tried to get American ones, and then we had to weld a cuff on them to hold them off, you know, where
sure.
the wheel wouldn't sink. And by the time we welded the cuff on, it boiled all the oil out of the shock absorber.
Yeah.
So it was a heck of a job.
Where do you get parts now?
I get them from Gordon Imports out in California. He has all the parts from Germany.
And how did he happen to come by the parts?
He was a Mercedes-Benz dealer, and every time he'd go to Germany, he'd ask everybody, do you know who got the parts from the old Amphicar? And they'd all laugh at him. Finally, one day he was in a town, the guy said, just go down to the first light here. Turn left, and old Otto's got him, the whole thing in a warehouse.
So one guy had bought it lock, stock, and barrel and was sitting on it.
Yeah.
And now this fella gets these right out of Germany when he needs them, and he manufactures some, I believe you said?
He's bought them and brought them all over to California.
Mm-hmm.
So he has all the inventory now. He's got a big warehouse out there.
I've got you. When this thing's in the water, Joe, do you still take her out in rough weather?
Oh, yeah. Of course, you have to have the top up. And that makes it pretty warm in there, you know.
Yeah. Easy to raise and lower the top, though?
Oh, yeah. It's not an automatic, but it's...
Sure.
You don't have to add any parts or anything to it.
Sure. Well, what do you say? I think we'd like to take this thing for a little bit of a ride. Are you ready?
Fine. Anytime.
Well, let's go.
All right.
You know, I was wondering if this was such a good idea, but Joe seemed ready, and, well, it was a little late to turn back. Huh. I wonder if this thing's got a seatbelt. Too late now. And away we go. Oh, my gosh. Jay, help me. It floats. You know, nothing in this world can compare to the feeling of driving a car off into the water. All my life I've been fascinated with cars and really fascinated with boats as well. But nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, prepares you for the feeling that you get when you drive a car off a loading ramp into the water. Joe said this is a common occurrence when he brings this thing down to launch it in Northport or Sutton's Bay. People are fascinated by this little thing, and we had people taking photographs and videotapes as we motored around the harbor. We wanted to say thanks again to Carl Schwab of Warren, Michigan, who wrote us with the idea of using the Amphicar in a segment. Carl is a Amphicar owner, and it's ideas like this that really turn into wonderful segments here at the Michigan Boater. We decided to head outside the breakwater a little bit, and, well, coming back and crossing our wake was about all the excitement I really needed. Joe flicked on the windshield wipers, and we came tooling back. The boat is unbelievably steady, has a very low center of gravity. And I'm going to tell you, it was a blast from beginning to end. Joe likes taking his shoes off and keeping them on the wheel wells in the summer because the wheel wells keep his feet nice and cool. Joe also says the number one question that people ask him is, how deep will it go? I mean, is this thing a submarine too? Anyway, the ride came to an end
And finally tonight, a West German-built specialty vehicle has been spotted on land and in water right here in the metro area. That's right, only 400 Amphicars exist in the world today, and TV2's Nancy McCauley cornered one on Lake St. Clair.
Looking for adventure and whatever comes our way.
Every time Carl and Lois Schwab take the Ahoy for a spin, it is an adventure. You'll notice it not only has wheels, but propellers as well. A boat and a car roll into one.
The Ahoy can top out at 75 miles per hour on the road, but it slows to about 8 knots in the water. It has many distinct advantages.
Racing with the wind, and the feeling that
I'm looking for I-75. Could you help me?
He acts like he's never seen a car driving in Lake St. Clair before.
I'll never take drinks as long as I live. I thought I'd seen a car in the middle of the lake.
Did I make the wrong turn?
I'm going to take a nap.
No, you haven't had too much to drink. This is kind of a special vehicle.
Carl found and restored the Ahoy 5 years ago. Since then, it's been just one adventure after another.
I have been from the Clinton River to Algonac with the Amphicar, all on the water. Usually, here we get the thumbs up. Sometimes when I have my marine radio on, they'll say, hey, that's all right.
born to be wild.
Ahoy in Lake St. Clair. Nancy McCauley, TV2 Eyewitness News.
A few lucky Mid-Michigan school kids got a hot dog of a...